Welcome to the Hatboro-Horsham High School College Fair. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as the facilitator for our session today. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. First announcement, your camera and microphone are off, so we cannot see or hear you. Second announcement, you can use the Q&A feature to type your questions to our presenters at any point throughout our session today. Third announcement, this is just one of a few different sessions that we're offering, so feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, this presentation is being recorded, and you can access that recording by visiting the website on your screen, strivescan.com/Hatboro-Horsham. With all that said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our first presenter from Harcum College.
Thank you so much. I'm just going to share my screen. Okay, thank you so much for joining, everyone. My name is Crystal Popiel, and I'm an admissions counselor at Harcum College. We are located in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania. So just a little bit about us. We've been around for a while. We were founded in 1915, and we are a private nonprofit associate degree granting institution. We started as an all-girls finishing school, and we actually didn't become coeducational until 2003. But one of the things that sets Harcum apart from community college is the fact that we do have residence halls on campus. So if you are looking to live away from home and get that experience, we can definitely provide that for you. We also have many fun activities for our on-campus and commuter students as well. We are Division I and Division II athletics, and we are a part of the National Junior College Athletic Association. Athletics is just a great way for you to meet other students, stay in shape, and it helps to offset the cost of tuition because we do offer lots of scholarship opportunities available within athletics. We have over 20 associate degree granting majors that we offer, as well as some certificate offerings. And our certificate offerings are a great way to help you get started in a career or advance in a career that you already have. Just a little bit about us. Harcum College, we're known for our allied health science programs, and the reason being is because we have high licensure pass rates. Most of our allied health majors have over a 91% pass rate, so our students are prepared to graduate, excel on their boards, and start their career. And we pride ourselves on our high pass rates because it speaks volumes to the program, professors, and the students. We have over 15 articulation agreements set up with four-year institutions. So if you decide you would like to continue on and get your bachelor's degree, it would be in a 2+2 format, and this would provide you with a seamless transfer. We also have a great transfer and career services department here. They really work with our students to get you to that next level, whether it's transferring to a four-year institution or beginning your career. We have high school articulation agreements set up with tech schools and local high schools as well. So if you took a program-specific course, we could potentially transfer that in for credit. We're a smaller school. We have extremely small class sizes. So the typical student to professor ratio is about 16:1, so you get a lot of attention. We have alternative decision options that we offer as well. These are offered to students who may not meet the requirements for a major or maybe haven't completed prerequisites. This alternative option allows you to attend Harcum, get your GPA up, or take those required courses, and then later on go on to your original desired major. And the great thing about it is attending Harcum will give you priority seating in your major of choice. We have individualized financial packages that are geared towards you. It's based on the data that you put on your FAFSA, but you would work closely with your financial aid counselor once accepted. And then we also have scholarships and grants that we offer as well. So here's a list of all of the associate degree majors that we offer. All of our majors are designed to prepare you to begin your career right after you graduate. So there's no major that we have that you have to get a bachelor's degree. As you can see, we have a variety of different majors that we offer from allied health science, art and design, business, and social services. With the art and allied health science majors, we have a 16-chair clinic facility for our dental students, an animal clinic on campus that houses 6 different types of animals for our veterinary nursing and animal center management majors. And then we also have on-campus lab settings. We actually just moved to a new art and design center, so that's where all of our design majors take place. And then we have 2 new majors for fall, behavioral health science and massage therapy. And then I also want to point out all of the student support services that we have set in place at Harcum. It's here included within tuition, and I always encourage my students to take advantage of these resources because they're there to make sure that you're successful. So we have academic coaching, we have an Office of Disability Services, we have a learning specialist on campus, a tutoring center, as well as a counselor. And then as far as the application process goes, it's very simple. The first step is to go to our website, fill out an application online for free. And then once you apply, you'll be assigned a specific admissions counselor by major that's going to work closely with you through the process. Most of our majors only require an official high school transcript. Our allied health science majors require a transcript, an SAT score, an essay, and a professional letter of recommendation. And then I always encourage students to begin the, if they plan to apply for financial aid, definitely fill out your FAFSA. You don't have to be accepted to do that. You would just go to the FAFSA website and add our school code. And then lastly, I just have some important information for you guys. The Harcum website's listed here. It's www.harcum.edu. I also put the FAFSA website here as well as our school code. I also want to mention that every student that applies or inquires, you'll have access to a personal page. So you can see all of the different events that Harcum's having, as well as have access to your checklist. And then we are having an upcoming event. We're having our socially distanced fall open house on Saturday, November 13th. At this event, you'll be able to take a self-guided tour of our campus, hear from representatives from every department, meet program directors. It's a super fun day. So if you'd like to register to attend, you would just go to www.harcum.edu/open house or just check out our website. Thanks again, guys.
Thanks, Crystal. Our next presenter is from Holy Family University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Leanne Hutchinson, and I am one of the counselors here at Holy Family University. So I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. There we go. Oh, no. I'm not sure why that's happening. I'm not sure why it's showing the notes. I'm just gonna move that to the side and I'll just have to present this way, unfortunately. Very sorry. So as I said, I'm from Holy Family University. So Holy Family University is a small private Catholic university in the city of Philadelphia. We were founded in 1954. We gained our university status in 2002. Our average incoming class is about 350 students. We are on the smaller side, but we do like it that way, so that's okay. We did establish our residence life in 2005, and it is definitely up and coming and growing every year. We do have 3 institutional buildings that include our Education and Technology Center, our nursing building, and then also our Holy Family Hall. We do have 3 residence halls, which we'll talk a little bit more about later, our library, and then also our campus center. So just some information about academics at Holy Family. Like I said, we are a smaller scale school. So our students faculty ratio is 12:1. Our average class size is around 16 students, obviously depending on the class that is taken and the major, that number can fluctuate. We do have over 30 academic majors here and over 20 academic minors. We do offer one-on-one faculty advising. So students who are accepted and decide to attend Holy Family will receive an academic advisor who will follow in their freshman year. And then after that, they will receive one in their intended major, and they will follow them. And that is somebody that they do have to meet with every year, just to schedule classes and make sure that they're on the right track. We do offer different reward experiences here on campus. So one specifically is our one-on-one career planning through our experimental learning facility. So what they will do is freshman year, you do become a part of a freshman experience class. And through there, they're going to give you different tools to, figure out what kind of job, what kind of skills you have to move on to a career path, because it's not always just about the major. You do have to eventually go on to a career, and we just want to make sure that you're in the right fit. They do offer a 6-week workshop series that also helps you with that. We do have over 170 different internship placements that work with our university. Student teaching is also offered specifically for those students, obviously in the education major. And then also our nursing students do go through clinical placements. So a little information about our student life on campus. We do have on and off campus programs. One major program that we have every year is the first week of school. We do, I forget exactly what it's, but we do every year. We have kind of a battle over the buildings. We have an involvement fair for students so that they can experience what the different clubs and organizations are on campus and just kind of come into the university on a more calmer note and getting to meet everyone. We do have over 30 plus student organizations registered on campus, and that is anything from the paintball club to student government to Habitat for Humanity, which is one of our very popular ones. We also have 16 different honor societies also on campus. So back to Habitat for Humanity, this is a tradition that we have at Holy Family, and something that we take a lot of pride in is a lot of our students do some type of service. So a lot of our students are involved in Habitat for Humanity, which if you don't know what it is, it's just an organization, and we are affiliated with our Bucks County organization, and they take a group of our students, and then during spring break week, they will go off to a different state and either help build a home, renovate a home, or help out in any way they can for that. And it's something that is a great experience for our students and something we recommend that everyone do at some point. We do have 3 different housing styles. We do have our apartment styles on campus, which is our garden suites. And then we also have our Stevenson Lane Residence Hall, and those are suite styles. And then we also have our St. Joe's Hall. We are a NCAA Division II school. Some of those sports include our volleyballs, our men and women's soccer, basketball. If that's something that you're interested in, we can definitely put you in contact with the corresponding coach. It's just a conversation to have. So a little look at our freshman application. We are a rolling admissions school. There's currently no application fee. What we do require is a high school transcript. We are a test optional school. We do have a do not harm policy. So obviously if the score harms your decision in any way, we won't use it. But if you do send it in, we will super score. Our average GPA is a 3.1, and then average SAT is about a 1020. So just our transfer application looks a little bit similar, but obviously there's different GPA requirements for specific majors. And then we obviously need those college transcripts as well. For ability, 100% of our students receive some type of aid when applying to Holy Family. Tuition and fees looking at around $31,000, obviously depending on what amount the student receives from financial aid. Room and board is around 13, and then FAFSA is something that we're all going to mention, but it's very important that students apply to FAFSA, and we are the lowest net cost private university in the city of Philadelphia currently. We do have different merit scholarships.
And our next presenter is from Neumann University.
One moment all, let me share my screen real quick. So welcome to Neumann University. My name is Luke Chalmers. I'm one of the undergraduate admissions counselors here at Neumann. So a little bit about Neumann. We are a small Catholic institution. It's 20 minutes south of Philadelphia in the city of Aston, Pennsylvania. So we're super close to Philly and we're within driving distances of the Jersey Shore as well as New York City as well too. We were founded back in 1965 by the Sisters of St. Francis of Philadelphia. And we are, again, Catholic institution in the Franciscan tradition. Also, a big part of our identity too is that all our students will complete an internship while they are here at Neumann. A little bit about Neumann by the numbers. Again, about 2,500 undergraduate students and 48 different acting learning programs. Average class size is going to be about 23, with student faculty ratio of 14:1. What that means for the students in attendance is that it's going to be small, individualized classes. You'll know your professor. You'll have that FaceTime. It won't be, student 110 in a lecture hall of 500. We also have 23 Division III varsity teams to participate in if you choose to. We have 4 residence halls on campus, and virtually all students who apply will receive some form of merit aid. On the screen here are all of our 48 different academic programs, ranging from accounting to sports management. We have a handful of pre-professional programs as well too. So some of the major popular ones are nursing, sports management, communication, digital media, and criminal justice as well too. So we want to make sure at Neumann that all of our students are able to succeed both in and out of the classroom. And the way we do that is through the hub at Neumann. Some of the academic resources that we provide our students are, tutoring, both in person, both group and one-on-one tutoring, writing services. So if you are stuck anywhere in the writing process, come to the writing services, they will assist you further. We have disability services as well too for students who need that. Also, we have academic coaching available as well too to help look at your your habits and study habits and correct them and make that adjustment over to college a little easier. We have personal and career development as well too. When that time comes down for looking at the internships and resume building and interview skills as well too. As I was saying, we have 23 varsity teams on campus, as well as we have 7 club teams as well too. We compete in the Atlantic East Conference. Us being, a Division III school, we are not able to give athletic scholarships. However, though, we do give fairly competitive merit scholarships and institutional aid as well too. So it's a factor when it comes down to it. If you have any questions about athletics, please don't hesitate to reach out. So now to nuts and bolts, how to apply to Neumann. Our application is open. We are on the Common App, as well as we have our own in-house application as well too. We have an early action deadline of December 1st, and we are consistently on a rolling basis. So if you send in your application, we guarantee your decision 10 to 14 business days afterwards. We are test free this year, so all we need to do to make a decision is your official high school transcript. As I was saying, virtually all students who apply will receive merit aid from us, and these are merit scholarships for this year for students entering in fall 2022. They range from $11,000 to $20,000, and they directly correlate to your high school GPA. So the better you do in school, the more money Neumann can give you to make your education more affordable. We also do have a handful of other scholarships and grants as well too. If you're looking as, for example, if you're coming in as nursing, you'll get a nursing award of $2,000. If you're looking to live on campus, there's a residential grant of $3,000. If you are if one of your immediate family members have graduated from Neumann, you get a $1,000 legacy award. And on the flip side of that too, if you were the first of your family to achieve a college degree, you will get a first generation grant as well too. So we have tours of campus, in-person tours every day of the week. as well as select Saturdays as well too. We have Saturday tours this Saturday, the 16th, as well as the following Saturday, the 23rd. We also have our last fall open house, November 13th or 16th, whatever that Saturday is in November. So come out and visit us. I'll post a link in the chat below too, as well as my contact information. So thank you very much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Luke. Our next presenter is from LaSalle University.
Hi, my name is Danielle Poinkowski. I am from LaSalle University and I'm an assistant director of recruitment. I'm also a graduate of LaSalle University from 2018 and graduated from the School of Business. So I know a lot about LaSalle and excited to tell you about it. Here's some general information about LaSalle. So we have 4,600 undergraduate total students with 3,300 undergraduate students. So what I like to say is that it's large enough that you're not going to know everyone walking to campus and walking across our quad, but you are going to know the people that are in your classes and in your major. We have a 13-to-1 student faculty ratio, and our class size is about 18 students per class. And of course, that changes depending on your major and what grade you're in. But it's large enough, you're not going to know everyone, but small enough that you can still learn the people in your major. Most of our students receive some type of financial aid, and I'll talk about that in a few slides. We are a very diverse campus with almost 45% of our students being identifying as a student of color. We have over 120 clubs and activities that range from Harry Potter Club to gaming clubs to community service and to academic clubs, including Greek life, which about 10% of our students participate in. We are Division I athletics, and I'll go over those teams in a minute. But we were founded by the Christian Brothers, so we are a Catholic institution. We only require students to take one religion class, which is a world religions course. Our big thing is giving back to our community. So we rather participate in community service. So a lot of our students are involved in community service, but we do offer Catholic Mass on campus and religion courses. So we have over 44 majors and minors. This is just some of our School of Arts and Sciences majors. Our top ones here would be biology with pre-med or pre-professional tracks, psychology, social work, education, and computer science are our big ones from this list. We do have a program that we started this year that is a bachelor's to master's accelerated program. It is with University of Pennsylvania, so UPenn and us partnered together. So in 5 years, students can receive a master's in bioengineering. So we're really excited about that partnership that we can offer our students. We also have a School of Business, which we are AACSB accredited, and we are part of the 5% of students in the nation that have that accreditation. Our big ticket major from this list would be our 4-year BS MBA accounting program. So in 4 years, our students receive their MBA and have enough credit to take their CPA exam in order to become certified public accountants. We have a business scholars co-op program where students from the business school can participate in 2 co-ops that are guaranteed during their time at LaSalle, full-time, paid time internships. And 100% of the graduates from that program have received some type of, or have received full-time employment within 6 months of graduation. So if you're thinking about being a business major, think about the Scholars Co-op program because it has really great outcomes. And then we also have a School of Nursing and Health Sciences. We have Communication Sciences and Disorders, which is speech pathology, and then Nursing and Nutrition and Public Health. Nursing is one of our big ones as well. The highlights about nursing is that we are direct admit, so you do not need to reapply once you're a student with us. You'll be in the nursing program at the time of acceptance. And then our clinicals start sophomore year. So students will be out in the field, getting field experience in community-based settings starting sophomore year. Like I mentioned, we're Division I athletics, and here are our 19 sports that we have. We have many residence halls on campus, and they range from your traditional style to suite style, and then also apartment and townhouse style, where you get the independent living and having roommates and being on your own, but also safe and on LaSalle's campus. and not have to worry about strangers knocking on your door or anything like that. We also have living learning communities. There's 6 of them where students can participate in them. They will live with students with similar interests. So if you're into gaming, giving back to the community, performing arts, you can live in one of the living learning communities on our campus. Just some quick pictures of our campus, since I know we are virtual, just to get a little bit idea of what we look like. And we are located in Philadelphia. So we say that Philadelphia is our largest classroom. I like to call it our second classroom too. We have the access of the city by the subway. We are right off of the Broad Street line that can take you down to Center City, South Street, and then keep going all the way down to the sports stadiums. So we have the access of the city without having to be in it all of the time. So it's a great opportunity to have that. With our freshman application, we are a free application. We're on Common App. Here are the requirements that we have. We are test optional, so you do not have to submit your test scores. If you do great, we'll absolutely look at them, but you do not have to submit them. And that goes for nursing as well. So all of our programs are test optional. Of course, like everyone else, med, definitely fill out the FAFSA. We are saying this year, if you apply by November 1st, you'll receive a decision November 17th and have a financial aid package December 10th. We offer merit-based scholarships at the time of acceptance. So this is some of them. We have 2 ones that you apply to, community service and the full tuition scholarship. D1 athletics can give scholarships as well. And we give a scholarship if you're a legacy student as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. I'm happy to help. I am the admissions counselor, so happy to help. Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle. Our next presenter is from Thomas Jefferson University.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. So my name is Megan, I'm an admissions counselor at Jefferson. Please feel free to ask questions as we're going, but just note that we will be talking primarily about the East Falls campus on this presentation. That is our undergrad campus, so just keep that in mind. So we are in Philly, but we're in East Falls, which means we're about a 15-minute drive outside of Center City. Our students still have access to the bus, and they take the bus into the city for fun, for internship opportunities, etc. But you don't need to live in the middle of the city and take classes in the middle of the city. The city is just yours for as much time as you would like to spend there. So out in East Falls, on our campus, we have a little over 100 acres and only 2,800 students go to school on that campus. So you are going to be in a traditional classroom setting with your professors who know your face, know your name, know who you are. And when we're talking about classes directly related to your major, you're looking at 12 or 13 people in those classes with you. Gen Eds, so classes everybody take at Jefferson, you might have 30 people in those classes with you, but really not more than that. These are all of our different programs that we have to offer for students who are applying out of high school. I'll just give you a general idea of where to find certain programs in case you're looking for them. On the left, you see architecture, business, and design programs. Middle and right are our health programs, except for the top right where you'll see some of our more liberal arts sort of majors. Just note that if you see a major here that has a 3+2 or a 3+3, a little equation, that is an accelerated dual degree. So if you're admitted as a first-year student, then you do have a seat in the grad program attached to that. As long as you maintain a minimum GPA, take the prerequisites, etc., you know what all of those things are in your acceptance letter you get from us. We do have a 96.5% success rate. So within 6 months of graduation, you are either gainfully employed or enrolled in the graduate program of your choice. So we do have career services on campus who will help you along the way, and your professors will do a great job of that as well. Our professors are still working within the field that they teach, so their networks are very fresh, and they can connect you with people who are not only hiring interns, but maybe also full-time, depending on what year you are in your studies. And if you're trying to get involved, which you should absolutely not spend all of your time studying, please do think about a couple of different avenues that you could take this. One example are industry associations. You know, we've got different professional organizations on campus that might match the major that you're looking at. Community service, very, very popular on campus, as well as intramural and club sports. And we do also offer study abroad and an honors program. We are a D2 school, so we can give athletic scholarships. Keep that in mind if you're interested in recruiting for any of these sports on the screen. You can absolutely let admissions know, and we will help connect you with the coach and demystify the recruitment process for you guys. We do have pretty much every sport under the sun except for football. And just to give you a general idea of how financial aid works, so we have merit scholarships and we have need-based aid, right? So your merit scholarship is going to come in your acceptance letter. We're reviewing everybody for merit scholarship who is admitted into the university. So there's no separate application that you need to worry about filling out. You can be eligible for anywhere up to from $12,000 to $26,000 per year that you're an undergrad at Jefferson. And then also, just like everyone else has said, please do fill out the FAFSA, even if you think you might not get anything. Odds are very, very good that you will. And then on top of that merit scholarship, you can also expect need-based aid. And just to give you a little piece of what cost of attendance is like, that's here on the bottom left. Just note that cost of attendance is everything but textbooks. So it's tuition, it's room and board. Just know that that's everything except for textbooks and just general spending money. We've got some fun events coming up. Definitely write these down if you're interested. This upcoming Saturday, we do have an in-person open house. That's on the 16th. November 20th, another in-person open house, and then a virtual on December 4th. So if you're still not too excited to like venture back out into the world again, that's totally fine. Come to the December one. But on the 16th and the 20th, we're going to have professors on campus. We'll have tours that are actually led by our own students. So you can have conversations with them about what their experience has been like. And just really get to know the people who also might be your future professors. That's really exciting. If you can't make any of those dates, again, totally fine. We do give tours Monday through Friday, so just sign up in advance. Also, please sign up in advance for those open houses, okay? We have 2 opportunities coming up also where you can actually receive a full tuition scholarship to Jefferson. The first of which is called Nexus. That is open to all majors. And we also are giving out a handful of half tuition scholarships as well. So you would need to register for this online event ahead of time. You would attend a workshop with our faculty, and they're going to give you a take-home assignment, and they base who they're choosing for that full tuition scholarship off of your take-home assignment, okay? And then we have Portfolio Review Day, which is only applicable to those students who are actually applying for a major where you would need a portfolio, right? So anything design related, architecture, etc. And if you need to get in touch with any of us, please do reach out. Our general email is enroll@jefferson.edu. Deadlines to keep in mind: November 1st is early action, March 1st regular decision. The only one of our programs that has a totally separate deadline is actually the 3+2 PA program, and that is in mid-December. So if you apply by November 1st and get all of your different transcripts, essays, etc. into us by that date, then you will have a decision by the winter holiday. This is my last slide. If you scan this with your phone, then you'll be taken to the admissions website for Jefferson in case that has any helpful info for you guys. But I will also put my information in the chat just so, oh, there we go. I've done my 6 minutes just so that you can get in touch with me, okay? Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Megan. So that concludes the presentation portion of our session today. But now we're going to move over to the Q&A. I want to encourage all of our presenters to return. Feel free to turn your camera on, and I am going to pose a question to the group. Our presenters will respond to the question in the order in which they presented. First question: what is one thing you want people to remember about your institution? So we'll start with Harcum.
So I definitely want you guys to remember that the admissions team is here for you. We're here to support you through the entire process. And then once again, we are having our open house on November 13th. So definitely come out. We'd love to show you around and we'd love to meet you.
Holy Family, feel free to go ahead.
Hi. Something that I would definitely say for our students to remember is, for Holy Family, we don't just, it's not just in the name Holy Family. We are very much a family here on campus, and we do take pride in making sure that our students feel welcome and together at all aspects of their education here in a way that you can actually see that in person. We also have an open house coming up on November 7th, and it's a great opportunity for students to not only meet our staff and faculty, which will be around if you have any major related questions, but also our students will be around to help answer any questions you might have and to get a chance to see the campus.
For Newman, we are a very diverse campus. We, just very much for the eye test. All our students come from different walks of life, and it's very welcoming, very cooperative campus too. So that's one of the major takeaways that obviously you can't see through these kind of virtual events, but if you come on campus and see our student body, you'll definitely see, will definitely be represented during your time here.
At LaSalle University, we are big on giving back to our community. So if you're involved in community service, we think that coming to us would be a great fit for you. A little plug for our open house as well. The best way to know if you're going to fit at a school is to visit and get your feet on the ground. So definitely come check us out. We have an open house on October 23rd, then campus tours regularly as well.
And for Jefferson, so I know we are known for health, but also design. So keep both of those things in mind. And as far as health goes, we do have access to the entire Jefferson healthcare network. So over 40 different healthcare facilities that you guys can be getting clinical hours in, but also shadowing and just different types of career altering experiences for you guys.
Thank you. Final question here. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So again, we'll start with Harcum College.
Thank you. I would just say, once again, that admissions is here to walk you through the process, hold your hand. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Also, don't be afraid to ask for additional funding if you need it. Definitely reach out to your financial aid counselor, your admissions counselor. I know here at Harcum, we always try to make our college a possibility for you.
Hi, I would definitely have to agree with that. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to request some type of accommodation or some sort. I've had students in the past who really want their parents to be involved, but can't because there's a language barrier or anything. So truly don't be afraid to ask questions, especially if you're a first generation student. We're definitely here to answer anything you might need.
I think my biggest advice is to really make the decision for yourself. Don't let anyone else pressure you into this. Don't let your friends, whether that be friends, family, neighbors, what have you. This is your decision, and it's wherever college, wherever school is the best fit for you. It's not your friends aren't going to college for you. Your parents aren't going to college for you. This is you. This is your decision. So and take your time with it. You have until really about May 1st to do it. So take your time, really kind of sit down and when time comes to really, focus in on what and kind of know what you want and kind of ask yourself those kinds of questions.
For those going through the college search process, I definitely recommend getting your feet on the ground and visiting the schools that you're looking at. And even after you're accepted, go back and visit those schools again. And that way you can truly see, can I see myself in the classrooms here? Can I see myself living here? Once you've been accepted, you've got a different perspective. So definitely visit your schools and take the time out to really get to know professors and your admission staff as well.
My advice is always the same, and it is proofread. Ask your best friend to read your essay, ask your mom, ask your dad, ask your favorite teacher, it's just one other person. It can really make all the difference. It's not going to be that big of a deal if there's a typo in your essay, but truly it is just going to give you such peace of mind that someone else has read what you're going to submit, and you can feel good about it and know that you put your best foot forward.
Great advice from the group. Thank you all for sharing. So that concludes our virtual college fair for today, but I do have a few closing announcements. As you exit the Zoom session, a survey will appear. It's approximately 5 questions or so, but please complete the survey. It's extremely helpful as we aim to improve our virtual college fair offerings in the future. Also want to remind you that you can sign up for additional sessions by visiting the registration site. And finally, You can access this recording by visiting the website on your screen. I also want to thank our amazing presenters for joining us, but also thank you to our attendees for taking time out of your day. I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.